Hello everyone, welcome to JK Biology. Here I am going to discuss about reproductive cycles in mammals. First we'll see the what do you mean by reproductive cycle? A reproductive cycle is nothing but it is a collective name for cyclical changes occurs in females of mammals during their reproductive phase. Is it clear about the reproductive cycle? Reproductive cycle is nothing but cyclical changes occurs in females of mammals during their reproductive phase, and these cyclical changes will help for the reproduction. These helps in reproduction. These are needed for the reproduction. And another thing, these cyclical changes are only seen in these reproductive cycles are only seen in females of mammals. There are mainly two types of reproductive cycles are there. Types of reproductive cycles. One, menstrual cycle. Another one is the oestrus cycle. There are two types of reproductive cycle. One is the menstrual cycle. Another one is the oestrus cycle. Now let's see the difference between these two, menstrual cycle and oestrus cycle. First difference is menstrual cycle is seen in females of primates. It is seen in females of primates, whereas oestrus cycle is seen in females of non-primates. Remember, menstrual cycle is seen in case of the females of primates and oestrus cycle is seen in females of non-primates. Now, what are these primates and non-primates? Primates and non-primates are nothing but these are the mammals. The mammals are classified into two types based on their brain size. The mammals which are having the large brain size are called as the primates, and the mammals which are having the small brain size are called as the non-primates. In case of the primates, the menstrual cycle is seen, and in case of the non-primates, the oestrus cycle is seen. Next, second difference. Menstrual cycle occurs in continuous breeders, whereas oestrus cycle occurs in seasonal breeders. Based on the breeding season or breeding type, the mammals are classified into two types. One is the continuous breeders, another one is the seasonal breeders. That means continuous breeders means the mammals which breed throughout year are called as the continuous breeders. Seasonal, as the name suggests, seasonal breeders means the mammals which breed only in some seasons. In case of the continuous breeders, the type of cycle is menstrual cycle, and in case of the seasonal breeders, the type of cycle is the oestrus cycle. In this, shedding of endometrium occurs. In the menstrual cycle, there will be shedding of the endometrium. Endometrium, that is nothing but the inner wall of the uterus, that will get shed off. Whereas in case of the estrous cycle, in this, there is no shedding of endometrium. No shedding of endometrium, but the endometrium is reabsorbed. Endometrium is reabsorbed. Next difference, as in case of the menstrual cycle, there will occur the shedding of the endometrium. Due to shedding of this endometrium, there will occur the bleeding. In this, in the menstrual cycle, bleeding occurs. In this, bleeding occurs. As in case of the estrous cycle, there is no shedding of endometrium, so there is no bleeding. Next one, this menstrual cycle occurs, it occurs normally for every 28 days, whereas estrous cycle occurs normally for every 21 days. 21 days. This is the cycle. Menstrual cycle occurs for every 28 days and estrous cycle occurs for every 21 days. Next one difference, menstrual cycle, it continues up to menopause, whereas this estrous cycle continues till death. Now, what is this menopause? Menopause, that is nothing but the time where the menstrual cycle stops at a certain stage or at certain age. In case of the female mammals, there will be stop or end of this menstrual cycle. That stage is called as the menopause. Up to menopause only this menstrual cycle occurs, but this estrous cycle occurs till death of that mammal. Next difference, phases of menstrual cycle. Phases of menstrual cycle are menstruation phase, next follicular phase, which is also called as the proliferative phase, next one is ovulatory phase, last one is luteal phase, which is also called as the secretory phase. And the phases of estrous cycle are, one is pro-estrous, which is also called as the follicular phase, estrous phase, which is also called as the heat phase, Next, third one is met-estrus. Met-estrus phase, which is the luteal phase. Last one is diestrus phase. Diestrus phase. This is about the phases of menstrual cycle and the phases of the estrus cycle. Next difference is the mammals which shows the menstrual cycle, or the mammals in which the menstrual cycle occurs, they are sexually active at any time of their cycle. Sexually active at any phase of the cycle. That means they are sexually receptive at any 4 phase of the reproductive cycle. But estrus cycle, the mammals which shows the estrus cycle, they are sexually active only in estrus phase. Estrus phase or heat phase. This menstrual cycle is seen in monkeys, apes, and human females. Females of monkeys, apes, and humans. And estrus cycle is seen in case of the, it is seen in case of, or examples for this, you can write it anyway. Seen in cow, sheep, dog, tiger, etc. This is about the some information regarding the reproductive cycles in mammals. Thank you.